Okay, no stalling, we're gonna get into it. My name is Slow Motion Films. I've been playing this game since Season 1. I would consider myself an expert in this type of field. And I used to like playing NBA Live Mobile, but now I don't, and I'm trying to make recommendations to make the game better so I can play it. Because there's a little bit in me that makes me want to play this game, but I don't enjoy it at its current state. So, first thing. Live auction house without price caps. Self-explanatory. I understand that coin selling was a huge issue in the NBA Live mobile community, but I'm pretty sure you can just look at the sold auctions and figure out which cards people are buying over their price by a drastic amount, and just ban the people who sold and bought the player that was super overpriced. And yeah, this would limit wagers, but honestly, who cares about wagers at this point because no one plays the game. And don't set price caps because those are flawed. Just ban the players that you see are buying cards overpriced. And do not ban players that are buying the cards underpriced, because that is the main thing why I want the live auction house, because sniping was super fun. It was a great way to flip cards, buy them for low, sell them for high. People do this all the time in real life. They'll buy like a Pokemon card, wait it out a little bit until their price rises, and then sell it for higher or something. I know sniping is a little bit different because it's not like stocks. It's more like just buying a card for low that goes for higher. But please do add a live auction house into the game. It was really fun to snipe cards all day. And anyways, I'm going to shut up and go on to number 2. 5 lineup system like Season 1. There has never been a more flawless ultimate team / my team / whatever than NBA Live Mobile Season 1. And I know I'm the only one that stands by this, but 2K, like, no offense, but your My Team is very stale towards the end of the year because you have so many cards that have 99 everything that don't deserve it. NBA Live Mobile Season 1, on the other hand, good cards had good ratings, except for Brian Scalabrine in the League vs. League rewards. So, yeah, that's number 2, 5 lineup system like Season 1, because it always gave you something to do. Like, no matter what, even if you had one of the best teams in the game, you still weren't finished with it, because you always could upgrade at one position until it was like the absolute end of the game, because there were so many lineups to adjust to and situate to the point where you could always be looking to buy that next card in the next lineup. And I think one lineup system in Season 1 was garbage. I think one lineup system in general was garbage. I think the system that we have now is garbage, because even though we do have more than 5 lineups, various lineups, we have an ultimate team, which defeats the entire purpose of lineups, because I don't want to play with an ultimate team. I want to be able to go into live PvP mode and search for players with my defensive lineup and go up against people with my defensive lineup, with another defensive lineup. So yeah, that's a 5 lineup system like Season 1. Number 3. Don't touch the game player graphics, and you could update the player models because that doesn't take too much time, to my knowledge. But you don't have the external features of like what makes the game fun in the first place, because I actually enjoy the gameplay. I think it's fine. It's the only really enjoyable thing about the game right now, and it does add a little bit of charm and nostalgia to my brain, and it helps me think of happier times. But everything else about the game that people used to love is dumpster fire. I cannot go onto the game without being depressed because of how just downward of a spiral they have fallen. I don't know if that's a phrase, but I just made it up if it isn't. So yeah, don't trust the game player graphics. Sure, you can add camera modes or whatever, but don't do that, because I do like the gameplay, and I think everything else needs to be worked on, not the gameplay. 99 overall cap on cards. This is my fourth one. 99 overall cap on cards. And remove platinums. You don't have to remove platinums, but please do put a 99 overall cap on cards. And have realistic stats. Because I do not. And I repeat, I do not want a Montrezl Harrell with an 82 3-pointer. Because I have a Montrezl Harrell with an 82 3-pointer. What is that? Why can my Montrezl Harrell shoot? He can't shoot in real life. Why can he shoot here? He has a higher 3-pointer than base Stephen Curry. To my knowledge, I don't know. NBA Live GG is down, so we don't really know. We cannot check that, and I'm not planning to check that and go into the game. 99 overall cap on cards. It goes from this. Bronze, silver, gold, elite. 84 to 99 for elites. I don't know. I think it was 72 to 83 for golds back in Season 1. And 71 to, I think, 65 for silvers, and then 65 and below was bronze. So, yeah, 99 overall cap on cards. And the fifth one, training players. Oh, and also, wait, actually, let me touch on this. This is the main reason why I hate 2K. They have unrealistic stats, and it makes the game bad. Every year. Every year, my team is so bad because you'll have, 1 week, you'll have LeBron James with like a 90 driving dunk, and he'll be considered the best dunker in the game. Or Curry with like an 85 3-pointer, and he'll be considered like the best shooter in the game. And then the next week, they'll come out with a Hito Turkoglu with 99 on both of those stats, and the game is ruined. So realistic stats is a key thing to make your game even compete against 2K, because believe it or not, your biggest rival to EA, to 2K in 2016 was not NBA Live 16, it was your mobile game, which is shameful. But it is also brilliant that your mobile game was that dang good. But the fact that you can't make it as good now is even more shameful. Because it's a mobile game, you didn't have to change it. Unless you thought maybe people would get tired of it. I probably would have, to be honest. So yeah, realistic stats. Training players, this is my next one. I know a lot of people dislike training players because of the sheer fact once you train the player, you cannot auction it off. But the thing is with that, if you want to auction off a card, don't train it. That's not EA's fault. That's your fault, bud. I'm not going to blame that on EA. That's just your fault, blatantly. If you train a player and you think you're going to auction it later, and you think you might lose out, don't say, man, this game sucks. I can't believe that I can't auction this card off that I leveled up 5 levels, and now he's going for $1 million, and he used to go for 500K. Boo-hoo. Cry me a river. You did that to yourself. Number 6. Coin packs. Now this has an asterisk next to it because I believe the game can survive without coin packs, and this game needs to make their money as much as possible because that's the main reason why we don't have a live auction house. So maybe we don't need coin packs, but I would prefer it. And cash ad rewards is the next thing. It's in 6, so that you guys can get your money by us watching ads. You give us cash, so more people would watch the ads, and you get better rewards from the ads. So if you're worried about people not spending money on the game, at least you get a bunch of money, and you're like $1 trillion company or something like that. I don't know, but you're pretty dang rich. I don't think you need to be worrying about money that much, but if you are worried about money that much, then cash ad rewards is a great idea. And the live auction house won't even make you lose money. If anything, you will gain money from that because more people will be playing the game. Right now it's a desert. Like, I'm gonna be straight up blunt with you. No one plays the game, so you don't get money from it. If more people play the game, people will actually buy stuff in the game, regardless of if there's a loophole to get better things for cheaper prices. Regardless. Next thing, what did I say? Okay, showdown / live PvP rewards. Now, I understand live PvP does have rewards right now, but they're not exclusive whatsoever. I believe Season 2 Showdown is the best way to go. Whenever you would rank up, like, to a certain tier, for example, let's say you ranked up to Gold tier, you would get a Gold pack, and the odds would increase of getting something good every time you ranked up. If you ranked up from Gold to Elite, you would get an Elite pack, and that would at least reward you even if you didn't get the top 1,000 to get one of the best cards in the game. So that was a plus, I would say. Showdown Season 2. I believe that you should actually maybe even take out Showdown and put Showdown Season 2's way of, like, top 1,000 you would get the main card, but every time you ranked up to, like, Superstar tier or, like, what's it called? I think it was Hall of Fame tier maybe, or Legend tier, I don't know. Whenever you would rank up to one of those tiers, you would get a pack, like, specific to that tier, and it would increase the odds every time, and you would get better cards and better things from it, and you would get Superstar Shards. You would get Superstar Shards, and you could turn those in for other Showdown rewards, so even if you don't get the top Showdown reward, you could still trade the things in that you got for other Showdown rewards, plus have more cards in your collection. I'm a genius, man. I just made that up off the spot. League versus League reward cards. I don't want to go into much detail on this, but I will. So, because I don't remember too much of it, but I remember it was sweet to be able to play League versus League and get, like, a fan favorite foam finger thing, and you would trade it in for gold players, you would trade those gold players in for elite players, you would trade the elite players in for one of the 94 overall guys or 93 overall guys, and then the grand prize was like a 96 overall Penny Hardaway, to my belief. Shooting guards, small ball lineup. So, yeah, that's a thing that I would like in the game. League versus League reward cards. I don't advise you to make it PvP, but if you want to make it more competitive, then I highly do recommend it. But you don't have to, because that's just extra work, and I know you guys don't really like putting in extra work. It's okay. After saying this, man, I'm bashing them to hell. They might not actually put anything in this game that I say, to be honest. Because of that, even if they do watch the video, which they're probably not going to. But the next one, number 9, please do take my recommendations into account. EA, I love you. You are the best company on the planet. Wink, wink. But next one, number 9, abilities on cards that are high rated, 91 plus. So I don't know if this is much of an issue now, because I had a 103 overall Ben Wallace that had a 3-point clutch ability for whatever reason, even though he can't shoot in real life, he never could. Couldn't even shoot in mid-range, as a matter of fact. He was just like a post player. He was 6'9", he could block shots, really good defensive player, but he was not a shooter by a long shot. But abilities on cards that actually work, by the way, because whenever I use that clutch ability and I click the clutch button, I wasn't clicking the shoot button, I was clicking the clutch button where the clutch was, and I would shoot it and I would miss. 9 out of 10 times. 1 out of 10 times I'd get lucky and make. I don't think clutch abilities work this year. So next year, make sure they work and they are on high-rated cards that actually deserve them. For example, don't give Bill Russell a buzzer beater ability. Give Bill Russell an in the paint ability instead. And you can save that buzzer beater ability for Kyrie Irving or something like that. Or LeBron, actually. He's really good at hitting buzzer beaters. He's clutchest player in your game. He's the best. He's the greatest player on your game right now. You don't have Jordan, so. Constant content updates. So this is just obvious. And I don't mean constant content updates by giving us the same promo with a different mask every time. No one's falling for it. Like, I'm pretty sure this trend started in Season 3. I don't know if it's as much of a big deal anymore as it was back in Season 3, because I don't play Season 4, but back in Season 3, I think they released an All-Star promo, and it was like you would get points, and you would get... Actually, you know what? Yeah, it is the same thing. You get points, and then you get cards from those points, and then eventually you grind up enough points to get the top card, and it's super easy to do. Why is it so easy? Make the game a little bit harder, EA. Please. Make top rewards cards harder. It creates a skill gap, and it makes worse teams look actually bad. Instead of having 100 overall teams be like bad, considered bad now. Like, I literally went on the game yesterday, started it, played for like an hour, and I already have like a 98 overall team with 110 overall Iguodala, so, and a 110 overall Montrezl that could shoot. So yeah, constant content updates, make different promos actually. That should be more like it. Don't make the same promo every time and just remask it. Spent a little bit too much time on that one. But yeah, constant content updates. That's pretty obvious. I said it like 10 billion times. Number 11. Season reward cards, and I don't mean the season mode. I'm talking about Season 5, like a Season 2 James Harden. When the cover athlete was James Harden, he got a cover athlete card. I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook got one in Season 1 too. He got like a 95 overall big man point guard. Big man lineup point guard. So this James Harden, he had a clutch ability. He was a 96 overall, and he was one of the best cards in the game, bar none, for the entire season. So that's another thing. Make sure cards are relevant. That I didn't add this, but make sure cards are relevant that release at the beginning of the season. And like, don't make them absolutely irrelevant at the end of the season. And like, you're just releasing unrealistic cards and they just look like dog crap. Like, season reward cards like James Harden. This was another thing that I believe Season 2 did very well on. At the end of the year, like if you trained up your Steph Curry base card, like, he was still usable. A lot of cards that were released in the beginning of the game that were top cards, they were still usable at the end of Season 2. Especially the legend players, because they had boosts and stuff like that, so they were always usable for the entire year. But yeah, so a season, like, whoever the cover athlete is going to be, you get objectives. You have to complete those objectives to get tokens. I'm pretty sure it was 47 in Season 2, if I remember correctly. And you would trade those 47 in to get the 96 overall James Harden. And you had to spend hours on the game. And I almost got that card until I gave my account away. So, yeah. Number 12. This may offend some people. So if you are a Debbie Downer, Sensitive Susie, any of those jabronis, get on out of here, alright? Remove celebrities / make a separate WNBA mode, or remove them entirely. I don't know who any of these WNBA people are. I don't want to play with them. If I don't know who someone is, this is the main problem with 2K. Not that they have WNBA players in their game. They're at least that smart. They give, like, guys that don't deserve high-rated cards, like, I don't know, shoot, it was Eddie Curry last year. He had a Galaxy Opal. Eddie Curry. Next Eddie Curry, Fat Eddie Curry, had a 99 overall card, and he was one of the best in the game. He was better than Jordan. He was better than Wilt Chamberlain. He was better than Shaquille O'Neal, 99 everything, Shaquille O'Neal. So, people that you don't know and you're giving unrealistic stats, the same thing with WNBA players. I don't know who they are. Stop giving them cards, and if you do, put them in a separate game mode. I'm sorry. I don't know who they are. I don't want to play with people who I don't know. Sorry. Much rather play with a 90 overall Kyle Korver than a 90 overall. What's a WNBA player? Brittany Griner. Because I don't know much about her, but I do know a little bit about Kyle Korver. Number 13. This is the final one. NBA royalty. This isn't the most mandatory request, by the way. live auction house with price caps is, but NBA Live Mobile Royalty, Season 1 KD and Season 2 LeBron. So basically, every weekend they would come out with live events that you would spend 50 stamina on. You would get like a random for Season 2. Oh, LeBron had one in Season 1 as well. I remember. LeBron had one in Season 1. So, this is like a LeBron exclusive thing. He had I remember because Ultimate Buckeye pulled like the defense or whatever, and he started screaming, and that's like one of my favorite moments ever, bro. I kind of miss watching his channel, but yeah, I mean, Season 2 LeBron, Season 1 LeBron, and Season 1 KD. So basically every weekend they would come up with a 50 stamina live event, and you could play it. And this is also a nice way to get cash because people spent stamina on this game. I mean, people spent cash on this game to get stamina. So every weekend you would get like a team, and depending on which team you get, you would put it into the set. And if you already had that team, which was a duplicate, then you could trade it. I don't think you could actually trade it in for another team pack, but if you could, that's sick. And if you couldn't, then please add that to the game if you do add back NBA royalty. So you would have, I think, 10 teams in the West, 10 teams in the East, and you would have to get the East token and the West token. This is for Season 2. I'm not going to go in depth about Season 1 because I didn't get that card. I wasn't even close, but you would get East, and then you would get the East token from getting all the East teams, and then you get the West token from getting all the West teams, and then you would put them into the set to get LeBron, those two East and West tokens, and you would get the 95 overall LeBron James, and he was basically not really worth grinding after this 93 overall NBA Awards LeBron card came out because he was better stat-wise. The only thing he didn't have was clutch ability, which, I mean, it's not that important to get a free three-pointer if you can hit a three-pointer every single possession. Anyways, yeah. So you would get that 95 overall clutch LeBron, and he was still one of the best cards in the game at the end of the season. And yeah. It was hard to grind for. That's another thing. Make cards hard to grind for. Make a skill gap, please, because I don't want to see scrubs with 110 overall lineups. I want to be able to play the game and have a bad lineup if I'm not playing the game, and have a good lineup if I am playing the game and I'm actually good at it. I don't want to have a lower overall team than a scrub, because that scrub plays the game so he gets more cards. That's not how the way it should be. It should be, if I'm grinding more on the cards that are like on the things that are mandatory to get certain cards, I should get those cards. I shouldn't just get the cards for free. Anyways, I've been rambling on for a little bit. Let's hope this gets a couple views. Yeah. Anyways, that's my Season 5 wish list. Send this to EA, any influencer that you want, so that they can shoot it to EA, not like they actually listen to their influencers. But yeah, make the game popular again. I really liked it in Season 1. I enjoyed it indecently. Sorry, my brother's screaming, I got distracted. I enjoyed it decently in Season 2, and let's hope Season 5 is a good season. Yeah, see ya.